You've heard the truth. Success isn't random. It's not luck or a mystery. It's built. So now the real question is, if the blueprint exists, why do most people still never follow it? Why do people learn all the right things, but still stay stuck? Why do they start strong only to fall back into the same patterns? Because there's a deeper level most people never reach. They focus on what to do, but ignore who they're becoming. And that right there is the difference between people who try to change their life and people who actually do. Let's be real. You probably already know a lot of what you should be doing. Wake up earlier. Be more disciplined. Stay consistent. Work on your goals. This isn't new information. So if knowledge isn't the problem, what is? It's the gap between knowing and becoming. Because knowing something doesn't mean you've integrated it. You can know discipline matters and still be inconsistent. You can know consistency wins and still procrastinate. You can know your habits are holding you back and still repeat them. Why? Because your life doesn't change when you learn something. Your life changes when your identity changes. Most people are trying to build a new life with an old identity. They're trying to act disciplined while still seeing themselves as inconsistent. They're trying to succeed while still believing they're the type of person who quits. And that internal conflict, that's what keeps them stuck. Because at the end of the day, you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your identity. So how do you actually close that gap? How do you go from knowing to becoming? Let's break it down. 1. Build an identity that matches your goals. If you want lasting change, stop asking, what should I do? Start asking, who do I need to become? Because every action you take is a vote for the person you believe you are. If you see yourself as someone who lacks discipline, you'll act accordingly. But if you start seeing yourself as someone who shows up no matter what, your behavior starts to shift. Not overnight, but steadily. So instead of saying, I'm trying to be consistent, say, I'm the type of person who shows up daily. That shift matters more than you think, because identity drives behavior. 2. Create systems, not just goals. Goals are important, but goals don't change your life. Systems do. A goal is the outcome. A system is the process that gets you there. And most people are obsessed with outcomes. I want to make more money, get in shape, and be successful. But they don't build the daily systems required to make that happen. Here's the truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the strength of your systems. So instead of focusing on the end result, focus on what you do every single day. Small actions, repeated consistently, that's what builds momentum. 3. Eliminate friction, increase alignment. Most people rely on willpower. That's a mistake. Willpower fades, environment doesn't. If your environment makes bad habits easy, you'll keep falling into them. If your environment supports good habits, growth becomes natural. So ask yourself, what in my life is creating friction? Is it distractions, the people around you, your routines? And more importantly, what can you remove, simplify, or redesign? Because success isn't just about doing more. It's about making the right things easier and the wrong things harder. 4. Master the boring work. This is where most people fall off, because the truth is, success is repetitive. It's not exciting every day, always motivating, always fast. It's doing the same things over and over again until they compound. And most people underestimate this. They're looking for breakthroughs. But avoid the basics. The small habits, daily discipline, and quiet work no one sees. But that's where everything is built, in the boring, the routine, and the repetition. If you can fall in love with that, you become unstoppable. 5. Track your actions, not your feelings. Feelings are unreliable. Some days you'll feel motivated, some days you won't. If you rely on how you feel, you'll stay inconsistent. Instead, track what you actually do. Did you show up today? Did you execute your system? Did you follow through? Because progress isn't about feeling good. It's about doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. And when you track your actions, you create awareness. And awareness creates control. 6. Raise your standards. Your life is a reflection of what you tolerate. If you tolerate inconsistency, you'll stay inconsistent. If you tolerate mediocrity, you'll stay average. But the moment you decide, this is no longer acceptable. Everything starts to shift because standards create boundaries and boundaries create discipline. So raise the bar, not for perfection, but for progress. So now you see it. Part 1 was about the key factors of success. But Part 2, this is about becoming the person who actually applies them. Because knowledge isn't rare anymore. Information is everywhere. But transformation, that's rare. And it belongs to the people who don't just learn, but become. So if you want to change your life, don't just study success. Become someone who executes it. Don't just chase results. Build the identity that produces them. Don't just start strong. Stay consistent long enough to see it through. Because when your identity shifts, your habits follow. When your habits align, your results compound. And when that happens, you don't just live differently, you become different. And that's the real upgrade. That's the real transformation. That's how everything changes.